Hey, woman entrepreneur. If your business feels like it should be moving faster right now, and yet your nervous system is trying to keep up, you are definitely not alone. Clients are deciding faster, opportunities are opening and closing faster, and the timing between idea and execution matters more than it used to. I'm Kendall, and in this episode, I'm showing you how to make $1 million decisions in this environment so you can move your business forward while staying calm, steady, and in control. It's all here for you in this episode of the Money Coach School podcast. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Money Coach School podcast. To really excel at coaching women, you have to be skilled, confident, and even fearless at money coaching. If you're passionate about women holding genuine money power and love supporting women entrepreneurs, then this is the show for you. Now here's your host, money feminist Kendall Summerhawk.
Hey, woman entrepreneur. If your business feels like it should be moving faster right now, you are not imagining it. Everything in this space has accelerated faster than it was a year ago, faster than even 6 months ago. For example, clients are deciding faster whether to follow and hire you or not. Opportunities are opening and closing faster. The gap between having an idea and acting on it has gotten a lot tighter. And in the middle of all that, there's one skill that is determining who grows and who stays in the same place longer than they expected. And that one skill is decision making, specifically decision speed. And I want to talk to you about this in a very, very real way, because this is not just some abstract idea. How you make decisions shows up in your income and in your momentum. So in this episode, I'm going to show you what decision speed actually means, why it matters more than ever right now, and how to start making $1 million decisions in your business while still honoring having a calm nervous system. I'm definitely going to speak to that. Now, before we dive in, go ahead and click the follow button wherever it is right around where you click the play on this episode. Click that follow button so that you don't miss an episode, because I am your money coach, and every episode here is designed to help you increase your income, grow your profit, and feel in control of your money. So the pace has definitely changed. If you've been in business for a while, you can feel this shift. I know I'm feeling it. I have never felt anything or seen anything like this in my 24 plus years of being in business. You know, there used to be more space between decisions, more time to think something through, more time to refine before finalizing, more time to evaluate and consider something before committing. But that space has now compressed. So now things move quickly. Someone finds you and they're deciding whether they're in or out much, much faster. You get an idea and timing matters. There's less room for stretching something over weeks. It could be decided in days. And I think for someone like you or like me, you know, we're women who are intuitive, we're deep thinkers, and who like to feel our way through a decision. This environment can create a lot of pressure. And I also think it triggers perfectionism, it triggers trying to get something right, and it even triggers performance anxiety. Now, if that rings true for you, girlfriend, I feel you. So the question isn't, how do I make decisions faster, which just creates more stress and pressure? The question is, what is my strategy for making decisions that honors my nervous system and is in alignment with how I need to operate in today's entrepreneurial environment? All right. Now, let me say that question again. It's a little long, but it's a really great question. The question is, what is my strategy for making decisions that honors my nervous system and is in alignment with how I need to operate in today's entrepreneurial environment? Because timing matters, and because decisions connect directly to what happens next for you and your business. And I can tell you with certainty, the women whose businesses are expanding right now are not the ones that are doing more. They're the ones deciding faster, implementing faster, and letting those decisions create momentum. So what does decision speed actually mean? Decision speed is not impulsive. It's structured. It's really 4 basic steps. Number 1, you define what is the decision that needs to be made. Now, this is the step most women are never taught. So instead, they jump into trying to make a decision without the clarity of what problem they're even trying to solve. Now, I could do a whole episode just on that. But step number 2, you use a framework for making decisions. What I use is my $1 million decision framework. Number 3, you give yourself a specific time frame in which to make the decision. And number 4, you act on it. That's it. Now, I know this might sound structured for what can often be thought of as an intuitive process, but I want you to think of what you're gaining when you have a strategy for making decisions. You're not suffering from decision fatigue. You're not circling and spinning. You're not second guessing or self-doubting. Instead, when you look at your business and how you make decisions using something like my $1 million decision framework, the contrast becomes very clear. You see that at lower revenue levels, decisions stay open. Loops are open. They get revisited. They stretch out over days and then weeks. The same decision comes back around multiple times before anything changes. Now, contrast that to higher revenue levels, decisions move. They're defined quickly. They're decided inside a window, could be 24 hours, 72 hours a week. They're implemented and then refined through action. Now, you're using your same intelligence, same capability, same including your intuition, but a very different standard for how decisions are made. And that standard shows up in your increased ability to create income and to create the momentum that your business has the capability to really create for you. Now, I talk a lot about $1 million decisions, and what I mean by that is not waiting to make like one or two, huge decisions sometime in the future. That's not realistic and not effective. You're actually already making $1 million decisions right now, or you're making decisions that are preventing you from that $1 million business that you dream of and desire so much. $1 million decisions are often small. It's amazing how small they can be, but they're pivotal. They're the ones that over the course of time compound into the results that you want for your business. I like to think of it as that there are 4 core areas of your business where if you're not making $1 million decisions, then you're missing out on income, opportunities, growth, and impact. Now, those 4 core areas are income, expenses, profit, and money behavior. Like, that's it. So these are the areas where your decisions will either move your business forward or keep it exactly where it is right now. So my question for you is, where are slow decisions sitting in your business right now? I guarantee you there are decisions in your business right now that have been sitting longer than they need to. None of them may feel real dramatic on their own, but together they slow everything down. Because when decisions stay open, movement slows down. And when movement slows down, so do opportunities and income and conversations. $1 million decisions don't sit. They change something. They move something forward. They create a visible shift in how your business is operating. But when those decisions aren't happening, your business reflects that slowdown. So here's the thing to recognize. There is a gap between where you are and where you're going. That's just normal. That's natural. But I want you to think about, for just a moment here, I want you to think about the version of you who is already earning your next level of income. So you need to know that number. And I want you to think about that version of you who's already making that amount of money. That version of you is still thoughtful, still aware, still highly, highly intentional. But she just doesn't carry decisions the same way. She doesn't stretch a 48-hour decision into 30 days. She doesn't revisit the same choice over and over. She doesn't wait for everything to feel complete before she moves. She decides. And then she lets that decision create feedback. She sees what works, what doesn't work, what needs adjusting, what moves things forward. And that's the distinction. And why it matters now is because there was a time when you could take longer with decisions and it didn't really cost you as much. But you know what? That ship has sailed. Everything's changed. And so now decision speed is what creates opportunity. It creates visibility. It creates momentum, one of my favorite words. It creates revenue, another one of my favorite words. Because when you make $1 million decision and you take action on it, you enter your next level faster. You rise up to that next level faster. You learn faster. You gain results faster. The key, though, is this. You need a new way of making decisions that allows you to move faster without creating internal chaos, where you feel clear and steady and decisive at the same time. Now, why doesn't this come more naturally? Here's why. Because most high-achieving women have a default pattern when it comes to decision-making. You might wait until you feel fully ready. You might think through every angle. You might keep multiple options open because you can see all the possibilities. That's mine. Now, these patterns make sense. I get it. They come from intelligence, they come from awareness, but they also come from women feeling insecure or unsafe about the impact of their decisions. And this is something that runs subtly under the surface. Women have been conditioned to second guess, to overconsider, and to delay until everything feels certain. The way women are taught to make decisions was never designed for business ownership. It was designed for approval and safety and fitting in and making sure everyone else's needs are being met. Now, that conditioning, comes from the patriarchy. You guessed it. And in business, it shows up as decisions staying open longer than they should, which directly impacts your income, your growth, and your momentum. Because when you bring that conditioning into your business, it slows down the very decisions that create income and expansion. Now, there are 5 distinct decision-making patterns that I've identified that I teach in the Million Dollar Decision Bootcamp that I have coming up. And once you recognize which one is yours, it's like this light bulb goes off. You see how your decision-making pattern keeps decisions open longer than they need to be. And you see how over time that limits how quickly your business can grow. And this is where everything can change because each pattern has a reframe, it has an antidote so that you can be compassionate for who you are and start to up level out of that default pattern. Now, how you do that is by learning the skill of making million-dollar decisions. And this is exactly what the Million Dollar Decisions Bootcamp does and why I created it. The bootcamp is a 3-hour intensive. It's brand new. I've never done anything like this before outside of my highest end coaching programs. So this is a 3-hour intensive designed to help you make faster, cleaner, revenue-making decisions in your business. Because at the level you want to be leading and earning at, decisions cannot sit open for weeks or months. Your income needs movement. Your business needs direction. Your next level needs you to decide faster than you have before, while at the same time keeping your nervous system calm. That is never to be sacrificed. So the Million Dollar Decisions Bootcamp is how you start making million-dollar decisions in your business, the kind that increase your income, grow your profit, remove the mental weight that you've been carrying, and create real forward movement. Now, when you join me inside the bootcamp, you're going to get the exact structure of a million-dollar decision so that your decisions are clear, they're revenue-focused, and they're actionable. You're going to get how to pinpoint your default decision pattern instantly and to shift it before it starts slowing down your income any more than it already has. I'm going to share with you the language of million-dollar decisions so you can eliminate vague thinking and lost time. I'm going to show you how to create your personalized million-dollar decision identity. You're going to do that right in the bootcamp with me so you know exactly how you think, choose, and lead at your next level. You're going to make a million-dollar decision on the spot that directly shifts your income, your profit, or your next level. I'm going to give you a simple daily decision habit checklist that keeps your business moving forward without overthinking, without delay. And I'm going to give you my easy tracking that shows you how quickly your decisions translate into income, profit, and momentum. Now, this is the first time I'm ever sharing the opportunity to learn my step-by-step strategy for how to make million-dollar decisions without stress that move your income and your business forward. This is a live bootcamp experience that includes coaching, a downloadable workbook, abundant examples, checklists, templates, access to the replays, and, of course, more because it's me and I'm really generous. So you can check out the bootcamp at kendallsummerhawk.com/bootcamp. I will also link to it here in the show notes. It's just $198. It's happening Tuesday, May 12th, so definitely check it out right away. You don't want to wait, okay? Again, that link is kendallsummerhawk.com/bootcamp, all one word. All right, so to wrap up here, your income increases at the pace of your decisions. When that pace changes, everything starts to shift in the direction that you desire. Momentum builds faster. I love that. Opportunities show up faster. Love that. Income increases. Love that. And I want to leave you here today with this. Your next level isn't waiting for more time. It's waiting for a different way that you make your decisions. And that's exactly what we're stepping into inside the Million Dollar Decisions Bootcamp. So go to that URL, kendallsummerhawk.com/bootcamp, and I hope to see you there on Tuesday, May 12th. And remember always, you've got this. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you know, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Money Coach School podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you follow so you never miss an episode. Also, I would so love and appreciate if you would leave a 5-star review. Your review supports women just like you in discovering all of the juicy tips and insights I'm sharing here on how to coach women on money. And if you want to learn how to excel at coaching women on money, definitely go to kendallsummerhawk.com and check out the wealth of money coach trainings that we have for you. Thanks so much for being part of this money coaching movement and for tuning into the show every week.